So the NBA is expanding. Let's talk about it.
Big news today about a potential return of the NBA to Seattle.
That the NBA is going to be expanding soon to 32 teams, and we already know the next two cities.
Vegas and Seattle.
Las Vegas and Seattle, the preferred expansion option.
This is very alive and well, but we want our Sonics back.
I'm not gonna lie, the NBA is about to make one of the biggest changes we've seen in a long time. So the NBA just took a real step toward expanding the league, and it isn't just rumors anymore. All 30 owners voted in favor of exploring expansion. This is something they're actively working on right now. The two cities at the center of everything are Las Vegas and Seattle, and honestly, both of those make a lot of sense for different reasons. Seattle is easy because they already had a team there before. The Supersonics leaving still doesn't sit right with a lot of people, and the city has been wanting basketball back for years. It's one of those situations where it feels like an unfinished business. Then you got Vegas, which is completely different, but it still works. Vegas has turned into a sports city out of nowhere. They've already got big events there. The NBA does summer league there every year, and it just feels like the league has been slowly testing the waters before making it official. But this is where it actually gets serious, because owning one of these teams is not cheap at all. We're talking somewhere between $7 to $10 billion just to get in. That's not normal money. That's only a few people in this world can think about type of money. So if the NBA is opening the door for that, they're not playing around. Now here's the part you really have to think about. If the league expands and adds 2 teams, that means we go from 30 teams to 32. That sounds simple, but it actually creates a problem with the conferences. If both of those teams end up in the Western Conference, the league has to move one current team to the East just to balance everything out. And the 2 teams that keep getting brought up are Minnesota and Memphis. So imagine being a fan of one of those teams and suddenly your entire travel schedule changes, your rivalries change, and your whole situation is different just because the team added 2 new teams. That's a real possibility. Like, this isn't just expansion, this is the league low-key resetting itself. And it doesn't stop there, because expansion also means an expansion draft. And if you don't know how that works, it's basically where every team can protect a certain amount of players and the new teams get to pick it from everyone else. So yeah, there's a very real chance a solid player from your favorite team could be gone just like that. Not because of a trade or free agency, but because the team couldn't protect them. That's the type of thing that can change a roster overnight. And you already know the storylines are going to be crazy if this actually happens. And there were even talks about LeBron James wanting to be involved with the team in Vegas at one point. Even though that might not happen, just the idea of something like that shows you how big this could get. And this is something else I've been thinking about too. No matter what happens with expansion, stars always wanted to go to big markets. That's just how the league works. So smaller market teams are always going to end up getting the short end of the stick anyway. But I will say this, I could actually see Vegas becoming a big market over time. Not right now, but eventually. Because if they build a team the right way, stack assets, develop players, and slowly become competitive, that's when things change. That's when a big free agent looks at the situation and says, yeah, I want to go there. But it's not going to happen overnight, and it's going to take time before they're actually good. Now, another thing I've been thinking about is how the schedule will work if the league goes to 32 teams. Because if you really break it down, there are a couple ways they can do it. If every team plays each other twice, nice and simple, then you've got 31 opponents and that's 62 games total. That's clean, that's fair, everybody plays everybody the same amount, but that's way shorter games than the current season. Now, if you try to keep the conferences more involved, it changes. You've got 16 teams per conference, so you play the other 15 teams in your conference 3 times, which gives you 45 games. Then you play 16 teams in the other conference twice, which is 32 games. And now you're at 77 games. That's actually really close to the current 82, and it keeps some balance, but it's not perfectly even. With both of these options, the season ends up getting shorter, and honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing. There's no perfect answer, but they have to do something because 82 games just doesn't feel right anymore. But at the same time, not everything about expansion is perfect. Adding more teams sounds exciting, but it can spread the talent across the league a little thinner. So there's definitely balance. But overall, this is one of those moves that changes the direction of the league long term. More teams mean more opportunity, more markets, more fans, and more money coming into the NBA. And it also means new rivalries, new storylines, and a completely different look to the league in a few years. So yeah, this isn't just some small update that you scroll past. This is something that could really shift the NBA. But I want to know what you think. Should they go with a shorter, more fair schedule or keep 82 games? And do you think Seattle deserves a team again? And does Vegas actually make sense long term? But yeah, if you want more videos like this, let me know and I'll catch you in the next one.